नहीं, ये तो चलेगा।
नहीं के लिए आप खड़े रहते हो?
हाँ।
Hello.
Assalamu alaikum and good morning to everyone. Firstly, I would like to welcome our session chairs, Dr. Mohammad Shahid Hussain from the University of Technology and Applied Sciences, Oman, and our second session chair who has joined us online, Mr. Sarvesh Kumar, ICFI University, Jaipur. Welcome to both of you. And next, I would like to welcome our presenters of the session. I hope you all had a great first day of our conference and were able to take away the valuable insights and connections. Welcome to day 2 of our international conference on advanced science, engineering and technology. Today promised to be just exciting and informative as yesterday with another packed schedule of presentations, discussions and networking opportunities. Now, next, I would like to extend my warm welcome to all our new attendees who are joining us today, and welcome back to those who are returning for another day of learning and collaboration. Without any further delay, I would like to call our first presenter, Mr. Rajareesh Roy and Prasenjit Banerjee, whose paper title is Customer Lifetime Valuable Prediction Using Machine Learning Techniques and Its Impactful on FinTech. Over to you, sir.
Thank you so much. Can I share my screen?
Yes, sir.
Sorry for interruption. Before start your presentation, let me make sure. Please make sure you have 6 to 7 minutes for your presentation. After that, there is 3 minutes for question and answer session. So please to be bounded with time. Thank you.
Sure, we'll try to keep it short.
Yes, please start. Thank you.
All right, just give me 1 second. Let me. Yeah, please let me know if you're able to see my screen. Are you guys able to
Yeah,
see my screen?
Rajesh, we can see your screen. Just go into presentation mode. Yes.
Sure. All right. So, hi, myself, Rajarshi Roy, and my colleague Prasenjit Banerjee. We are going to today talk about customer lifetime value predictions using machine learning techniques and its impact on fintech. So, both of us work in fintech, and we have collaborated with scholars across the globe to basically present this paper. The objective of this presentation and the paper is to generate interest in this field for budding researchers. So what is customer lifetime value, right? So in order to understand the customer lifetime value, basically we need to understand it is a value that is given by a customer to a company for holding a certain product for a certain period of time. So if you want to see it empirically, it basically is the difference between the revenue that is generated by that product for that particular time versus the cost that is incurred by the company to be able to offer that product, right? So from that sense, if you want to calculate the value of all the products held by a customer for a particular period of time, it will basically be a summation of all the products, all the pro- product values, right? And similarly, a customer's lifetime value, CLV, is calculated as like product held by a customer for all periods of time for the uh, financial institution. So in this case, we are talking about financial institutions. So revenue means interest, fees, etc., and const means development fees, servicing, collections, etc. Right. So to make it simpler, to give an easier example, if I have two different loans from a financial institution, one auto loan, one home loan, in that case, basically the revenue that is generated by me for the bank versus the cost that is incurred to keep me as a customer is my customer lifetime value. Now, a natural question arises that, in a financial institution, not only there are customers for loans, there are customers for deposits as well, people who keep money in the bank. Like, do they not have any customer lifetime value? So to understand this, what we have to understand is like when a financial institution offers a loan, it basically offers a loan based on the amount that is deposited there. So to calculate the average customer lifetime value for a bank, what we do is like we take all those revenue and minus it with the cost associated, and then basically it is divided with all the customers of the bank. Right. So if a bank has two customers, one deposit customer, one loan customer, then revenue earned from the bank divided by both the customers. Right. So now I'll just jump into what is the use, or why do financial institutions try to predict the customer lifetime value? So basically, predicting customer lifetime values for different segments, products, and lines of business actually helps the financial institutions in every aspect of their business, right? From acquisitions, collection, accounting, and even servicing, right? So this customer lifetime value is predicted not just at a bank level, it basically is calculated at segment level, product level, and lines of business level, right? So I've just given some of the examples of that, how it is basically used. So cross-selling is one of the examples. So basically, if I am already a customer of a bank, and if the bank wants to offer me another product, based on my CLV, it will basically offer me the right product that I'll take. Similarly, for my marketing campaign, it would influence my behavior, and it would basically, based on my customer value, it would influence my behavior and try to sell me more products. Similarly, for collection and recovery, if I default on a loan, it would basically try to sell me the right product so that it can recover the cost, and so on and so forth. It's also for forecasting when we are that kind of
Sorry,
helps us in
Chris.
investing.
Sir,
Sorry.
your slide is not moving, I think.
Yeah, Rajesh, you're not progressing the slides.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let me just try to share again. Uh, Hold on 1 second. I am moving the slide. It's just that I don't know why it's not being visible. Let me just share my entire screen. All right. Are you guys able to see the third slide?
Yeah, go to the presenter mode, maybe. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's gonna move in the
No,
presented
no,
mode.
yeah, yeah.
Is it
Okay.
moving?
Yeah, if you have issue, just change your slide by your system, just in the same mode, no problem. Continue,
Okay.
please.
Okay. So basically, the next slide we were just going to talk. I was just going to talk about these are the various aspects of a financial institution that is getting affected by a customer lifetime value. So this diagram kind of shows that. So customer acquisition cost, customer engagement, return of investment, long-term profit, so on and so forth. These are all basically calculated or influenced by customer lifetime value. Moving on to the next slide, Prasenjit, do you want to take over? Maybe you can share.
Yeah, no, that's fine. Thanks. Okay, you stopped sharing?
Yes, you
Uh,
can go ahead and share because I don't know if my slides are moving. So,
yeah, it was moving last time. I mean, so,
okay,
but
so I'll
that's
go ahead and share again. No problem.
yeah.
Okay, are you able to see?
Yeah. Okay. So thank you for this opportunity. I'm Prashanjit. I'm a technical architect director. So on talking about the financial lifetime value calculation, right? So what we have done is we have tried to actually look at the different models that are available at our disposal to look how closely it can forecast the customer lifetime value looking into the available data. So we have taken a training data set that is available in the public domain, and we have applied some uh, we have taken approximately seven models. So decision tree, logistic regression, SVM, native bias, random forest, and k-means clustering. And we have run these models with the data, training the data sets with 70% and running it with the remaining 30% to see what is the efficiency. So here in this chart, we have tried to put together the advantage and disadvantage of each and every model in terms of in terms of where we get an advantage and disadvantage. For example, we have looked at logistic regression, and logistic regression is ease of interpretation, but obviously the disadvantage is it's linear. So linear won't help in most of the cases, because obviously as the data changes and as the interpretation changes, so changes the outcome. For
My
purpose
one
of
question
time,
is
can we
that,
go to the next one? Yeah, go ahead.
sir, my one question is that, is there any approach that we can check the customer is high valuable or low valuable?
Yeah, so that we actually went into the next slide, and we have actually, given a estimate of how when we are running the data, what are the precision and what is the recall that we have seen against each of the models. So Rajesh, can you go to the next slide?
I am already in the next slide. Is it not moving?
No, go into the next slide that shows the precision and the recall
Yeah, I am in that slide.
numbers.
I am in that slide. Are you able to see that?
Yeah, yeah, now it came. I think there is a lag. Yeah. It came now.
Okay.
So yeah, so here if you can see that we ran the the performance test over across the models, and you can see that for example, XGBoost performed overall high accuracy at the class 0 level with a precision of 8.88 and recall of 9.96. So that was overall what when we ran across those models, we found the higher precisions for XGBoost. Similarly, we saw that for logistic regression, we had a higher overall accuracy at 81%. But if you go into the middle level or the low level segment values, we were seeing that there was a decrease in precision significantly for mid to low level values. So that is what essentially we are able to do with with the data set to make sure that whatever model fits the data, and to say, okay, for these kind of or classification of data, what is the best model to choose to calculate this customer lifetime value. Does that answer your question?
Thank you. Sir, any other question?
No, that's all from my side, sir. I
Okay,
got that.
one our other expert is here physically, so let me give him chance for question.
Uh, Thank you, Mr. Roy and Mr. Banerjee, for your presentation. You applied 7 different models on same data set. Okay. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
can you justify why is the means the difference in accuracy? Okay, what is the reason why SVM is having less accuracy compared to other one? Like,
Yeah,
what's the
thank you.
reason?
Yeah, thank you.
Have
I
you
think,
analyzed the result, or just you
yeah.
run algorithm and you got the result, that's it? Have you analyzed why it is happening?
So that's a very good question. We have tried to analyze the results, and what we observed is that essentially the difference in the nature of the algorithm is actually contributing to the difference in the accuracy. So, for example, while SVM is a highly efficient model, training the SVM model with less data can be computationally expensive. So, when you are using very large data sets for real world problems, as the data sets go more and more, SVMs become more accurate over time. However, let's say, for decision trees, we don't need that much data set. So, but again, the precision of the decision tree will also depend on the variability of the data set. So, bottom line, what I'm trying to say is that each and every model has its set of constraints and has its set of benefits. So the main purpose of this paper is, when we went into each and every type of model, we looked into the algorithm to understand which model can perform better under which circumstances, and depending on
Uh,
that, we have
that,
actually found
that's
some
good
responses.
that you tried different models and you have seen that, okay, this particular model is giving better accuracy or better performance. Okay, but
Hmm.
you should also justify this is the reason why this approach is working better in this. Okay, what is the data set size of your data set? How many records you have? What is the size of your data set which you use for training and testing?
Yeah. So the overall number of rows in the data set was about 170,000, and we used 70% of the data for training and 30% of the data for testing.
So 170,000 is quite good data set if you have that many of records. Okay, so why you have not gone for neural network or even for deep learning approach? Because you have used very basic machine learning algorithms which are not that much of having sophistication to work at a large scale data set. So my suggestion is try to use deep learning methods. Okay, if you
Hmm.
have enough data set. Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, we'll.
So thank you, Mr. Roy and Mr. Banerjee, for sharing your expertise and insights with us. Now let's move on to our next presenter, Dr. Sandeep Kumar Singh, whose paper title is Text Mining and Sentimental Analysis through Support Vector Machine of Online Contents Posting. Yes, sir.
Audible?
Yes, sir, you are audible enough. You can start your presentation.
Ma'am, I share my slide first.
So your PPT is not visible.
Okay, ma'am, I share my slide. Ma'am, visible?
Yes, yes, now it's visible. You can start your presentation.
Okay, okay, ma'am, thank you. Uh, good morning to all of you. Myself, Sandeep Kumar Singh. I am giving my presentation on the topic text mining and the sentiment analysis through support vector machine of online content posting. My paper ID is 179. I am currently pursuing my PhD from the Galgodia Universities, Greater Noida. These are the outline or the content of my presentation. The first is the introduction, then is the methodology, and the next one is the implementation of proposed framework, and last one is the conclusion. Discuss about here the what is sentiment analysis. The sentiment analysis is a challenge but very useful task. Understanding the people opinion about the particular product, services, and the brand, and so on, is of the valuable importance for operational as well as the strategical business decision. These are very helpful for the organization and any companies to take the decision how to improve the quality or the productivity of our product. The sentiment analysis is the popular task in the natural processing language. The main goal of the sentiment analysis is to classify the text based on the mood of the goals. Here we basically discuss about the opinion on the basis of the text data only. Here if we consider about the type of the sentiment analysis, then basically the four type of the sentiment analysis we are discussed here. The first is the fine grained sentiment analysis. The second one is the emotion detection, and the third one is the aspect based sentiment analysis. And
Sorry for interruption. One thing I want to mention that you have total 10 minutes, 7 minutes for your presentation and 3 minutes for question answer by experts. So please do the bounded with time.
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you. No issue. Here, we first is the fine grain. The fine grain is the basically based on the polarity base. The polarity base, it means they have the database. It's called the lexicon database. Here we have the some emotion with their keywords, and the next one is the emotion detection. In the emotion detection, we have the express our feeling happy, unhappy, sad, ugly. In aspect base, the aspect base is basically focused on the particular aspect or the particular properties or the features of the any product. And the last one is the multi language. Here we also discuss about if we have the multiple language, then we convert in a proper way and then process this. Here we discuss about the sentiment analysis, the approaches used. Then the first is the rule based, the next one is the machine based, the next one is the natural language, and the last one is the hybrid approach. Here the sentiment analysis is considered as a classification process. The classification process, it means we want to classify our sentiment is the positive and it is a negative or it is a neutral. So there are the mainly three classification level in the sentiment analysis, mainly the document level, the sentiment level, and the aspect level. The document level, here we discussed about the aim of the document level is to classify the document on the basis of the positive, negative, at the or the neutral opinion. In the second is based on the sentence level. It is identified to overall sentiment polarity conveyed in a given sentence. The next one is the aspect basis. It is basically focused on the particular property or attribute of the product. Our next topic is the text mining. The text mining is also known as the text analysis. It is a process for the transferring unstructured data into the structured data for the easy analysis. The text mining is very common use in the natural the natural program, the language processing. The natural language processing is a process to extract the information from the unstructured data. Unstructured data means those data, those are not in a proper format, then we consider as the unstructured data. In our next slide, we have the methodology. Here we discuss about the SVM. We know that the SVM means the support vector machine. It is a supervised learning approach. Here we use for the classification and the regression, but basically we have consider here SVM as a classification. SVM, in SVM we have the classified our data on the basis of the dividing the approach in the discrete manner. If we have the input in a discrete manner, then we have classified the data either it positive or either is negative. Here we see in the diagram, we have two type of data. One is the in the form of the circle and the other is the form of the rectangle. Then we classify the both data on the basis of a hyperplane. The hyperplane is the main line. Yeah, we say that the boundary line. Those are classified our data, and we have the two different line. Is called as the support vector. These are near to the hyperline and near to the data point. Those are nearest to the hyperline. In our implementation purpose framework, we have a architecture here. First, if we use the support vector machine, it means we trained our model. Then we apply the a new data, a new incoming data, and on the basis of the trained machine, we categorize the input. They are positive, they are negative, or they are neutral. For this, we have consider the tutor tweets. When any user want to give any response or any tweet, any opinion on the any particular aspect, then they first write their emotion in the form of text. The text is either structured or is unstructured. The text have either the many meanings. Then we not easily consider how the main motive or the main meaning of the particular sentence. Then we here use the SVM to classify the emotion of the user. Its emotion is positive, negative, or the neutral. Then we use here, first we take the tutor queries as the input. Then we apply the selective feature based on the tutor case content. Then we extract the tutor processing data, then find the relationship between the features. Then we start the process to selective the content on the extraction basis. Then we check the sentence on the basis of the lexical database. Then we extract the features. Then we classify. Then this approach is used to identify the tutor tweets that is positive, negative, or neutral. This is the conclusion of our scope. The sentiment analysis is the process of distinguishing and the individual thought and the feelings from their written expression. The suggested approach is to analysis is uncontrollable emotion in the contrast within the alternative approach. It is found to be the more effective than the technique of examining the unintentional feeling. The sentiment analysis may be evaluated by performing using the hybrid approach to combine the dictionary processing and the machine learning. Thank you, sir. I am completed from my side.
Thank you, Dr. Sandeep, for your presentation. Have you implemented your work, or it is just a proposal?
Sir, it is just a proposal. Yeah.
It is just a proposal.
This is my first paper on this topic. It's called a survey paper like that.
Okay. So, any idea about?
It is just my idea, sir. Not the implementation task.
So,
it is my just
how
idea.
you are going to do feature selection for your
Sir,
system?
for feature selection, I am taking the data from the social media and then consider as these data as the input of my model. And
No. For input data, are you going to use some already available Twitter data set, or you will generate real-time data set? Number one, that is for data set.
sir, I
Number
want
two, how you are
to
going
generate my
to do feature selection?
Sir, for the data set, I try to generate my own data set on the basis of online survey form. I am creating the survey form, then I collect the data. And for the feature extraction, we try to use the machine learning concept for this to extracting the information from the data sets.
No, which machine learning technique? That's what I'm
Sir,
asking you.
sir, I use for the naive-based classifier.
No, that is for classification.
Yes, sir.
Naive base. Here you are saying SVM, you are showing, and you are planning
Sir,
to implement naive
we are,
based classifier, and
sir.
that is for classifier. I'm asking for feature selection. Have you worked in NLP before? Like, do you know POS tagging? You know
No, sir. No, sir.
tokenization?
I am not much familiar with the NLP. And now I am going to process with NLP.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Sir, my
Have a
question is
good day.
that how you are relating mining with the sentiment analysis.
Sir, mining, sir, text mining. Here we discuss about the text mining. Text mining is the pre-processing step of the data mining. In data mining, we are generally process the data, but in text mining, we first transform the unstructured data to structured data. Then we perform our task. Here we discuss about the sentiment analysis on the
So you are
social
using
media.
any tool for sentiment analysis?
Yes, sir.
You are using any tool for sentiment analysis?
Sir, we are using, sir, here we basically want to create a model.
This is your, I think, proposed approach. You are not
Yes,
implemented
sir.
right now.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. This is my proposed approach, sir.
So how we can judge that your proposed result will be better than the existing results?
Uh, Sir, I combined 2 to 3 model in hybrid mode. Those are
Depending on parameters, what are you taking? So yes, maybe if we are combining 2 or 3 models, maybe the scenario will be generated through the complexity.
yes,
Maybe your
sir.
model will be more complex than existing model.
Sir, maybe complexity is more, but the result is their prediction is more accurate as compared to the present model.
Okay, fine.
Okay, sir.
Thank you,
Thank
doctor.
you. Okay, sir. Thank
Okay,
you, sir.
sir. Any more suggestion? Sandeep, Mr. Sandeep, I have
Yes,
just
sir.
one suggestion for you, not
Yes,
question.
sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Actually,
Thank
you
you.
mentioned that you try to analyze through support vector machine.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
in presentation, you mentioning that you using hybrid or pipeline machine. So that
Yes,
is
sir.
creating some confusion. You make sure about your model you using first. Okay,
Yes,
in
sir.
future,
Yes.
you must make sure that what's to the point model you are using for that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Have a nice day. You're really
Okay.
playing a sensitive topic with emotion of people, so be careful. Have
Yes,
a
sir.
nice
Yes,
day.
sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Good day. Sir, I leave the meeting.
Yes, please.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Sandeep Kumar Singh, for being a part of our event and sharing your ideas with us. Your participation is highly appreciated. And our next participant is Mr. Gaurav Saxena, whose paper title is Prediction of Groundwater Fluoride Effect on Dental Health Using Machine Learning. It's a review paper. Over to you, sir.
Mr. Gaurav Saxena, are you there?
Am I audible, sir?
Uh, but not clear.
Yeah.
You you are audible but not clear. You just open your camera. Turn on your camera, please. Yes. Thank you.
Yes.
So
So my
before you
slides are
start for presentation, yes, it's audible.
yes.
Before
My
you start,
slides are
make sure you have 10 minutes, 7 minutes for
okay.
your presentation and 3 minutes for question, answer and suggestion by expert. Okay,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
please start.
Okay.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Gaurav Saxena, and my presentation topic is prediction of groundwater flow rate effect on
Sorry,
dental
make
health.
some little bit loud. Your voice is not uh, as per my.
My presentation topic is prediction of groundwater fluoride effect on dental health using machine learning. It's a review. My paper ID is 240, and I am a research fellow in Tirthankar Mahavir University, Moradabad. These are the outline of the presentation: introduction, source of fluoride, purpose of study, literature review, and conclusion. So, first is introduction. Groundwater fluoride level play a crucial role in dental health with moderate amounts preventing tooth decay, but excessive level by WHO limit more than fluorosis. And to protect dental fluorosis due to groundwater fluoride contamination. These are the sources of groundwater fluoride. Number first is natural sources, and another is anthropogenic sources. In natural sources, geological formation. Second one is volcanic rocks, and in anthropogenic sources, agriculture processes, industrial discharge, wastewater, and another is mining activities. Next is purpose of the study. The purpose of the study is to review and assess the application of machine learning techniques in predicting the effects of groundwater fluoride on dental health. It aims to evaluate current research, explore the potential of machine learning in improving prediction accuracy, identify patterns in complex datasets, and highlight opportunities for enhancing public health strategies related to fluoride exposure and dental health outcomes. This is the literature review. Hello. Hello.
Yes, continue, please.
Okay, sir. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, you are audible.
Yeah, okay, sir. Sir, I reviewed different research papers for this study to learn about how role of machine learning to predict the dental fluorosis. Three of them are: in the first study, the author proposed a machine learning model to predict the effect of contamination like fluoride, arsenic, and iodine on health. Support vector machine, random forest, and AdaBoost and XGBoost machine learning algorithms are used for predictions. The limitation of this work is some other contaminant should also be measured that fluoride. And the future scope will be some model accuracy and some other parameters should be measured, like TDS, potential of hydrogen, and hardness of groundwater. In the second study, the author predict the effect of fluoride on dental health using machine learning algorithm random forest. The limitation of this was only one algorithm was used for prediction, that was random forest. Future scope of this work is some other machine learning techniques should be used for the prediction for better accuracy and better model performance. In the third study, the author proposed algorithm, linear regression, KNN, and support vector machine. The major limitation of this work was a small sample size. Only 63 samples were taken to predict groundwater quality. The future scope of this work is sample size should be increased. In the fourth study, the author proposed a model to predict dental fluorosis using machine learning algorithms such as SVM, NibiWise, and KNN. The limitation of this work is a small sample size and limited research area. The future scopes are the sample size and research area should be increased for better accuracy to predict the dental fluorosis. Next is a conclusion. Machine learning techniques show promising result in predicting groundwater fluoride levels and effect on dental health. These models perform traditional methods in accuracy can help identify risk, high-risk areas for fluoride-related dental disease, while challenges exist in data quality and model complexity. Machine learning approaches offer valuable tools for public health interventions and policy making. Future research should focus on increase the accuracy of machine learning models and incorporating large data sets to improve predictions and risk assessment. Thank you.
Yes, Mr. Service, sir. Is you have any? Yes, please.
No, sir, I think it's quite good approach.
Okay. Sir,
I don't have any question right now.
Mr. Gaurav, how
Yes,
many articles have you studied for this review?
sir, more than 50, sir.
Mashallah. Okay, can you tell me the research gap? What you found after your study? What research gap have you found out?
So the major research gap is model accuracy and the field services and data size of data sets.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Gaurav. You may.
Mr. Gaurav Saxena, for sharing your insightful presentation with us. Thank you so much. So our next presenter is Mr. Rizwan Akhtar, whose paper title is Literature Review on Prediction of Type 2 Diabetes mellitus with using data mining techniques. Over to you, sir. आप कहाँ से बोलिए?
ऊपर करना पड़ेगा, चेहरा नहीं आ रहा, फेस इधर हल्का से इधर घुमाइए बस। हाँ बस बस, ऊपर नहीं होगा ना, सो जाए क्या? बस बस बस। A very good morning and assalamu alaikum to all of you. My name is Rizwan Akhtar and I am here to present my literature review paper that is basically on a data mining technique for the prediction of type 2 diabetes mellitus. I am a research scholar under the Department of Computer Application, Indian University, Lucknow. This is my first conference and the first review paper. So let's start from These are the outlines of my paper that covers the introduction, related work, understanding of type 2 diabetes mellitus, data mining techniques for the prediction of the type 2 diabetes mellitus, challenges and its future scope, and at the last, the conclusion. So let's start from the introduction. So the type 2 diabetes mellitus is the fastest growing chronic disease around the world. It has elevated level of blood sugar in the body due to the insulin resistance and inadequate production of the insulin by the pancreas. Type 2 diabetes mellitus covers the 90% of the 90% of the diabetes. It's a worldwide influence and widespread to the around the world. So this research analyzed the different data mining procedure for the early prediction, detection, prognosis, and trailing of the type 2 diabetes mellitus. Data mining in this paper, we use the different data mining techniques. We analyze the different data mining techniques, just like the decision tree, support vector machine, hybrid model, and clustering for the effective prediction of the type 2 diabetes mellitus. This study examines the potential application of the data mining techniques approaches for the T2DM prediction in year to come. So these
Rizwan, just my one question is that is
yes
there
sir.
any techniques that are commonly used for explore diabetes data?
Yes, sir. Basically, this is a review paper. I review the near about the 20 and 25 papers in a different data mining techniques, just like decision tree, and that is used for the prediction and visualization. Scalable vector machine that is used for the dividing the data models into the classes, and the hybrid model to incorporate or interpret a different model and creating a new one.
Find
And
any data mining techniques that are used to predict diabetes?
yes, sir, there is a SVM and decision tree, and that is used in a few papers for the prediction of type 2 diabetes mellitus.
So you are going to use that approach only? Yeah, you are basically going to merge any type of other techniques with your previous one.
Sir, my purpose is to incorporate one of the data mining technique and improve some accuracy for the prediction if possible.
Okay, so we can see what are the accuracies you are find.
Sorry, sir, you are not audible.
We can see your accuracy report, which you basically find.
You done any simulation work?
No, sir, this is a review paper, sir.
So I just want to see what are the basically what are the comparison between different techniques, which you basically fight for the diabetes.
You done some comparison? Open next slide. Open next slide. Other.
Sir, these are the understanding of the type 2 diabetes mellitus.
Okay. I think there is some network issues going on. Hello.
Ah, okay, no problem. Just open PPT. PPT, yeah. Mr. Samim, you have 1 minute more to finish that, okay? Yeah. It's this one.
Next page. A hybrid deep learning framework to predict Alzheimer's disease progression. In this existing technique, generative adversarial networks, deep convolutional neural networks, and purpose was enhance data set size and balance by generating synthetic neuroimaging data. Next. आइए conclusion. I studied several research papers, and at the end, I found that several data mining techniques.
Okay, for both of you, I have one suggestion, not question. Please always try to point out your things, like this type of paragraph details for a presentation is not suitable. So for coming research work, you please point out what you concluded for that. Okay. In abstract also, introduction also, literature and conclusion all one. So this is my suggestion. So let me hand over mic to sir, and they have some question. He have some question for you.
Sir, actually, this is my first presentation, and I started PhD before 6 months. So this is thank you sir, for better suggestion.
Again, same suggestion like I gave to Rizwan, that like in your table, okay, you mentioned few approaches, okay, mention their performance also with their limitation. Okay, so that will be help you to, you know, go through at a glance, okay, what are the different models and how they are performing, so that you can better think of your own approach. Okay. Now suppose if I ask, okay, you studied so many approaches, which approach is better, like which approach is giving the maximum accuracy, can you tell me? No. You studied so many paper, but what is the purpose of studying if you don't know which model is better, like, you know, in a given scenario? Okay. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Thank you for better suggestion.
So I invite sir to let's for a award certificate. Ms. Fiza, please, sir, just give me a minute. Sir, Sai sir, yes, please. Mr. Rizwan, please.
Photo.
Fiza, come to join. One more other certificate. Samim sir. Thank you. So there is a memento for sir.
This one good.
Thank you, Fiza.